vertical, so I'm back to horizontal. Whenever you learn to drive, you're gonna have to get gas in your car. And I'm at a gas station, right, in a metro area. Some are very sketchy, some are very dangerous, but you gotta be aware of what's going on. Because if there are people standing outside by the gas station door, don't go, because you're going to get robbed. They're gonna come over and beg for money. They're gonna come over and say, hey, can I clean your window? I'm gonna show you this. I have $5, right? I'm keeping it real. You gotta get gas in your car to get home. And I need you to understand this. We're all on a budget, whether you make $1 million, $100,000, it really doesn't mean anything. You gotta have money to get home. Now, when you learn how to drive, your instructor should be showing you how to put gas in your car. You need to know how to do routine maintenance, check your oil, check air pressure, put gas in your car. It depends on the school you go to, on the state you're in. Every state is different. Some driving schools don't want teens or young adults pumping gas. Why? They spray themselves with gasoline, so they have stopped that. Other schools, it's a skill that you need to know. I've talked to people 23, 24, 25. They said, hey, my instructor never showed me how to put gas into a car. I get it. So you got to really be safe. You got to assist that person. I try to stand to the side. I show the client what to do. Ultimately, you got to hold that nozzle. You got to push the correct button to make sure it's gasoline, not diesel, and put the nozzle in, and then hit 87, 89, 93, or 94 octane, so you know which one you have to pay for. You always have to look around. You saw me look. I'm at a sketchy gas station, but you got to get gas. So what do you usually do? If you have $5, you get a dollar bag of chips, or you get an iced tea, or you get some quick candy. But I'm okay because I have water, right? I got a little coffee, right? And then I got a breakfast sandwich. But you're probably saying, bro, it's 4 o'clock. What are you doing eating a breakfast sandwich from this morning? It's cold, but I don't care. That's gonna knock out that hunger. Because when you get hungry and you get tired, that's when you start driving fast. That's when you start being irritated. Jackson, if that's you, I can't only go vertical and I'm in the car driving. It won't let me have a guest on. But what I'm gonna do when I get home this evening, let's say 8 o'clock, I'm gonna go live again, and then we can have a guest on, and then we'll talk. But I think it's important that I, as an instructor, communicate to all of you who are taking the time to watch this, how you're safe, okay? As an instructor, yes, I try to show my students about the car, how to check the oil, how to put gas in, all those routine maintenance things, air filter, right? And there have been some times where a headlight has went out. We had to go to a auto parts store, or the windshield wiper blades didn't work. So there are a lot of things that you don't see in driver's ed, because a lot of people who are online just don't tell you. You just see them in the car doing some turns, doing some parking here, parking there, but they don't show you the real life things, such as getting gas. In the UK, they say petrol, windshield wiper blades. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna leave this on. I have $5, right? Gas is $3.79 a gallon. I'm gonna get as much as I can. That's gonna get me home. And for some people, you put 20 bucks in, that gets you gone for 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm teaching real life. This is about real life. So I'm gonna shut the car off, of course. And you always wanna keep the key with you. It's against the law to leave your car running when you're at a gas station, okay? And technically you don't wanna leave any valuables. So I got my backpack and all this, but I'm gonna lock the door, because people can, if they really wanna steal something, they're gonna steal it anyway. So I'm gonna lock the door. I'm gonna go in and tell them, I'm gonna switch screens for a second. You gotta know something. So you got random people walk in, young lady right here, got her hot chips. I'm at pump 4. You gotta go inside and tell the station attendant of the owner of the gas station what pump you're at. And then you give them cash. Also, if you use your debit card out here, they'll put a hold on your card of $50 or $100. These are some other things that a lot of instructors don't tell clients. So I'm gonna walk inside. I'm just gonna leave it running. The camera, that is. My car's off. Okay, I got my gasoline. I have 1.352 gallons. Okay, so I'm looking at my gas gauge. I'm at a fourth of a tank. That's enough to get to the client. That's enough to get home. In real life out here, people are on budgets. And a lot of people don't talk about this. I don't care if you're a millionaire, trillionaire, you're on a budget. You can only allocate so much money. So we got our gas. Now, beginning driver, you would say, man, I got my chips, I got my gas, I'm good. But you have to have gas to get home. And then we'll decide from there. So I'm going to switch screens and show you some information to help you. So we're in a gas station. You got to be really careful. There are a lot of cars here, a lot of people. So a beginner would probably just cut through over there to the right. But a more advanced person would go up to the edge, and when it's clear, you would get out in traffic. So I'm going to go over, and I'm checking traffic, and I'm looking, and I'm checking traffic to my left. And I'm going to come out here. I'm going to show you this. There's a lot of traffic here. Okay, light's green. I look, I check. Now I'm going to get onto the expressway. That white van, they just ran the light. See what happens? So you got to be ready for these conditions out here on the road. Now, a beginner would go really slow. We're going to have to get up to about 45 or 50. I'm at a slow 30, and I got to hit this gas. So I got up, and I'm about 60. You're probably saying, you went from 30 to 60. Yeah, I got this old school Impala SS. So I'm up to 60, and actually the transmission was in 3, so I have more power. So I'm at about 60 miles an hour, 65, and I left my foot. And I'm trying to evaluate the speed of traffic. So when you're out here, you've got to choose the lane. I like to be smooth. I like to be chilled. If I want to go fast, I'm going to get in the left lane, burn more gas, tailgate other people. It's not worth it, okay? I'll get home when I get home. I'm chilled. I'm relaxed. I'm just here chilling, okay, getting comfortable. So it's a mental mindset when you're out here driving. I see a lot of brake lights up there. So I'm just going to kind of lift my foot off the gas and just let the car work, because there could be sudden backups. And I don't want to rear into anyone, and I don't want to get hit. The reason the phone is shaking, one of the tires is out of balance. And if you an experienced driver, you probably get this fixed, but obviously it depends on the money situation. And that truck got over, and I'm going to squeeze my brakes. The middle lane is probably the best lane with all of this traffic right now. But I'm just going to slow down and keep it smooth. And I'm probably going to get over to the middle lane when I get a chance to. My blinkers on, 3.5, 4 blinks. I got over. I'm good. And I'm going to keep space, because this is my space cushion. If I don't keep my space, I'm going to rear end someone. And then the flow is picking up again, and I'm scanning. So I'm at about 40 miles an hour. The speed limit here is 55. So I'm just taking my time, and I'm trying to be really smooth and very consistent. And the flow's starting to pick up again. Car coming in front of him. I want to be in the middle lane, because I want to chill. I don't have to drive super fast. I don't need to be home in 10 minutes. Because the faster you drive, the more likely you are to crash or tailgate into someone. So we don't want to do that. Remember when I stopped, in real life, you'll be hungry after work or after your job. You should try to have a little snack in your car, keep you going. And that's really important, because you want to be really relaxed when you drive. I like to be relaxed. I like to feel comfortable in the car. Like this black car, they're making erratic lane changes. They were in the middle. They were in the right. So they don't know what they want to do. Now they're back over, but they're about to get cut off by a car. You see how confusing this is right now with this car? Confusing, bro. Straight confusing. They don't know what they want to do. see this real nice car broken down over there. 4-way lights on. I don't wish that for anyone, but hey, that could be us. So if your car's broken down, you might have to call someone. You might have a towing service, but you got to have provisions. I'm lifting my foot, taking my time, because I don't know what's going on up here. Speed limit is 70, but I'm at 60. You can see all this traffic up here. See that car flying? They can ready to crash. That's stupid. They can ready straight crash. They had to cut off people. If they didn't cut off like that, they would have killed someone. So you can see people setting up that crazy driving stuff, right? And this is where people get crazy. A beginning driver would panic, tailgate, go too fast. An experienced driver, we just chill it. We're gonna let people drive crazy the way they want, but we wanna be a defensive driver. We're gonna keep space, we're gonna be smooth, because people feel entitled. Driving is a privilege, not a right. And driving does not make you an adult. Just lifting my foot some more. And if you look at all lanes of traffic, which lane is the best lane? They're all good lanes. It depends on how big your car or truck is. What are your intentions? Big trucks need to stay in the middle lane or right. Slower moving vehicles stay to the right. And I'm just trying to manage my space. So what are you learning from this? Take your time. A beginning driver might get over to the right behind the truck. I do not recommend that. Trucks have 4 blind spots. Left side, right side, front and back. They're from Indiana also. We want to keep moving. We do not want to stay. So I'm at about 65 now. Things are starting to pick up. I don't want to hang around this truck. I want to keep going. Trying to be real smooth and real easy. So far, so good. We're at about 70. This truck's kind of over. Also depends on your personality. If you're more aggressive, you're going to be in the left lane. More chill to relax, we're in the middle lane, just chilling. We're at about 70. Speed control is pretty nice. I've taken clients on this curve before. They get really scared because it's a really long, tight curve, and you literally see students and adults just squeezing the wheel. And I tell them you need to relax, go slow into the curve. In the wintertime, ice, rain, this is very scary. You can see everyone slowing down. We're already losing about 5 miles an hour. I think in the beginning, when you learn how to drive, you're going to be driving super fast, trying to keep up with everyone. I'm going to be the fastest driver out here. I'm going to be passing everyone. It doesn't necessarily work like that, because you're going to have different styles of drivers. Old people, really young people, people who are, hauling material. So you got to stay away from them. And you just want to be consistent, because once you drive, and you will get your license, you're going to start getting out here and getting acclimated to the types of drivers that are out here. And then you're going to be making your own decisions about, do I want to be in the fast lane, trying to cut off everyone? Am I going to stay in the middle lane, just stay chilled? I'm in the middle lane. We're doing just right. If people want to go faster, they can get in the left and go 75, 80, 90. If they want to go slower, get to the right lane. And the biggest thing is just safety. And you can see how steep this curve is. This is like NASCAR. Real steep, real tight. I've seen trucks hit that wall to the left because people drive too fast. They're in too much of a hurry, and then they rear end cars because you can't see around the curve. Looks like someone lost their clothes. And then you can see cars merging on. You want to see them. A beginner driver would stare and lift their foot and wait for them to get cut off. A more advanced driver would just stay on the gas and try to stay ahead because they have to yield for us. Cars merging on, yield for us. So a lot of beginners, like, they're so scared and they stare at trucks and cars, and it's like Jesus has left your body or something. So I try to tell my students, relax. You know, see that my man's just walking on the expressway. What the heck is wrong with him? You don't normally see people walking on the expressway. Expressways have a limited access lane. There's a ramp you take on, and there's a ramp you take off. I have seen animals on the road, you know they're gonna die. This car's cutting in front of me, whatever reason, now they're slamming brakes, so they set me up for failure. I don't wanna get in the left lane and go super fast because there's a lot of heavy traffic up there. So now they're forcing me to slow down. And see this car getting over? So I'm just taking my time. There's something going on up here. And you also need to know more than one way home. A beginner would just be stuck here on the road. I'm not sure what's going on. Could be an accident. Still have time to get over it. Looks like we're stuck. So this is going to be a good adventure. So good thing I got gas. I have my little snack, so my blood sugar's not dropping down. I'm not trying to kill people and get all crazy. But you will have this type of a driving environment that will make you irritable. See how they're cutting off? And I want you to see this so it's real life out here. And for many people, this makes them very upset. Other people, they ignore it. I just want you to see real life out here. See, erratic lane changing. Looks like traffic is moving again. I didn't panic. I almost did. A beginner driver or younger driver might have panicked. I'm gonna get off and go real fast, but we're at 60. And the traffic is picking up again, so we're good. And you're gonna learn from what your parents do. But a lot of times your parents just wanna go to work at home and they're like, I'm tired. I don't want to go out anymore. You're like, Mom, Dad, you never spend time with me. We never can go out and drive. And then you wonder why. It's because they're 15 or 20 years older than you, maybe 25 years older than you, and they're tired. They got to pick you up, drop you off, pick up their friend, drop off their friend, because a lot of adults don't drive. You'll be surprised. A lot of adults have DUIs. They've lost their license. So many things out here that you don't know about. See, they broke down. And regardless, if you have a new car, older car, get what you can afford. Because cars are very expensive. So I'm just taking my time. We're cruising about 65, just chilling. There's a Dodge Ram behind me. I'm relaxed. I don't have to get in the left lane and burn more gas. I could, but it's not going to really do anything. And then you can be more predictable with your fuel economy and everything else. So we're back at 70 now. And this is how the HTS should work. The Highway Safety Transportation System. Faster cars can get to the left lane. Slower traffic can stay in the middle lane or right. And we all are moving. It just depends on what's your flavor, what you want to do. So I'm keeping space. There's going to be a huge slowdown again. And I'm just trying to be aware. It's going to be a huge slowdown. You want to use the ball of your foot on the brake. You want to take your time. This truck's in my blind spot to my right. So I see it when I look over my shoulder. And get over one lane to the right, look over my right shoulder, and I slide over. So now I'm set up. My exit's not till 2 miles from here. But you're probably saying, why are you getting over 2 miles early? Because there's heavy traffic and I might not be able to get over in time. A younger driver might wait till the last second, and you're gonna have to cut off someone. Experienced driver, hey, I'm in the right lane, I'm chilling, I'm relaxed, I'm feeling good. I'm gonna show you. Hey, I'm feeling good. Got my coffee, I'm chilling, relaxed. I got a smile. This is heavy traffic. This is real life out here. And for many drivers, they get very angry, very upset, they road rage. It's not worth it. So I'm back here, had my little snack, chilling with my coffee at about 60. So I'm keeping my space. I'm trying to guard my space ahead of me, and I'm squeezing with the ball of my foot. If I hit it too hard, what's going to happen is I'm going to end up rearing into this car. Everything's going good so far. Hey, how are you? We're in rush hour, talking about it right now. I'm doing pretty good. We're giving some tutorials. I'm gonna get off at this exit instead of go down to the next one. But I'll be dealing with a lot of traffic in a cloverleaf. So if you don't know what this is, it's a really long, sharp curve. The curve goes around to the right. So the cloverleaf signs, or the chevron alignment signs, are on the left. That's those yellow and black signs. My cousin actually rode her truck over on a cloverleaf like this, and she'll never drive a pickup truck again. Remember, she told me that, and I was actually terrified. So it's raining now, so people get real crazy and scared when it rains, and I'm gonna get over one lane to the left. I'm looking at them, they just kind of popped over really quick. And it's just that mental mindset, right? You gotta be chilled, you gotta be relaxed. And I don't blame people for being in a hurry, but it's gonna cause accidents. This time of day, the 3 to 5, that's the most deadliest time for younger drivers, because you are inexperienced, you don't know what you're doing, you're trying to go get a coffee, you're trying to get back to practice, and your coach is like, where's Shaniqua at? And then you don't want to snitch on your friend. She had to talk to the teacher. You know, that's a lie. Shaniqua was out getting donuts or coffee for everyone, including the coach. And I've been there before, I've been that coach. So, you know, you take care of your athletes. So I'm squeezing my brakes right now, and it almost feels like I'm gonna hit them, but I'm not. It's called threshold braking. And then I check my mirror. A beginning driver would slam the brakes, and then your butt's about to get rear-ended. An experienced driver, you're just squeezing real soft, you're taking your time. Also, wear some thin-sole shoes. I am not sponsored by Converse, but Converse, if you hear this, I wear size 14. You can send me some shoes. You want to use the ball of your foot. Converse are good shoes. Nikes are not too good. They're kind of thick. Crocs are pretty good. I'm going to go in slow, and I'm going to go into the first lane. Okay, always turn in the first lane. Now, you got a lot of stuff going on here. We got the King of Burgers. We got Taco Bell. We got McDonald's. What happens, people are sticking food in their nose. Seriously. And they're going to come out and hit you. I've seen accidents in front of these restaurants before. So I'm scanning. I'm trying to take my time. And there's so much traffic here, and we're near a high school, and that's where a lot of experienced drivers, I'm just being real, takes 10 years. And what they say, your brain is not fully developed until 25. So that still means you're going to be wilding out, doing crazy stuff. So we're actually at 30 and a 50. It's a lot of traffic here. And you're probably saying, well, why are you going so slow? Because those big trucks are pulling out in front of us. Okay, and on top of this, we have rain, so that's where that anxiety is. And the first few minutes when it rains is the most dangerous. A lot of you don't even know that, and then you're going really fast, and then your brakes are sketch, and then you end up hitting someone. Okay, so in a moment, we're going to dip into neighborhoods. I'm going to show you some neighborhood driving. and I almost wanted to get over to the right, but a truck was behind me and I didn't want to slam my brakes. So I'm being really easy, and I'm waiting for the broken white line. I could have got over to, see, if I would have got over, that truck wouldn't hit me. They're breaking the law. That's what it began to drive. And they are too, okay? They are too. So I'm waiting to get over, and then here's legally where I'm supposed to. There were 3 cars behind me. That's how accidents happen. So if you follow the law, then you're good. I'm looking left and right, and I'm going into the nearest lane, okay? So those are some perfect examples, man. People are tired, irritable, low energy, about to crash into you. So you gotta have that defensive driving mindset, right? This is a really tight turn. I almost had a client crash here. They were going about 30 in this turn. I'm at 10. Go into the turn slow and real easy. So now we're in the neighborhood. Your brain has got to readjust. Little kids, people speeding through here. People don't stop at stop signs. You should be looking left and right. And I'm at about 20. Speed limit here is 25. I want to come up and stop for 3 seconds. So have a complete stop. 1001, 1002, 1003. I go across and then I turn slow. Going out real easy. So in the neighborhood driving, this can be part of your test. I'm looking for students to go about 20. I'm looking for you to scan left and right. I've had kids come out and kids almost get ran over because they think the car's a toy, right? And they'll just pull out in front of the car. And I'm going in really slow and just taking my time. I have some good tutorials on this. We got to go pick up the client in a minute. So I'm just scanning left and right, taking my time, trying to be consistent. Stay consistent. Be patient. Take your time. And turn on that right turn signal. I got to make a right turn on the street and go in slow to your turns. Be predictable. Keep your turn short. Stay to the right. We're in North America, so we want to stay on the right side.